Women will disrespect you if you don't set boundaries. I have a friend of mine whose girlfriend is publicly showing herself in videos on Instagram with other men in ways that are just embarrassing and disrespectful towards him. And I've had a conversation with him about this several times. And the problem is, he doesn't like it. He knows he doesn't like it, but he's afraid of losing her. Bro, if you're seeing this right now, yes, this is partially for you. You are afraid to lose her. That's why you're tolerating disrespectful behavior. And is she a bad person? No, she's actually an amazing person. She's a really great person, but it's just disrespectful towards him in this area, and that's not okay. Why is he taking, I'm not going to go into any details because I don't want to reveal anything, but why is he taking such public levels of disrespect? Well, exactly like me when I was with my ex-wife, he has a need for love and connection. We all have a need for love and connection. And if you're afraid that if you lose her, you'll never find someone like her, oh, I don't want to lose her. Well, in that situation, you're going to accept behavior that's disrespectful towards you. And here's the problem. It's going to mess with your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is going to suffer. You will end up feeling a shell of yourself. You'll take little pieces of disrespect over and over again. And don't get me wrong, men do this to women as well. This is not a one-way street, okay? There's plenty of women who are in relationships with men who are acting in similarly disrespectful ways. But I'm talking to men right here. And what I want you to understand is the reason he got into this is because he, like most men, 99% of men stumble into their relationship by accident because she just happens to be there. Maybe they got a couple of dates from online dating apps. Maybe they randomly meet somebody through a social circle event, whatever. And then they're in a relationship, but they have never created an abundance of options for themselves. And now they're with a lady and they feel like they can never do any better, okay? And then they take this, they're being pussy whipped. They're being basically like fucked in the ass without lube on a weekly basis. Do you think he likes that? He likes her showing herself with other men on social media? They're not making out, but it's quite a public display of affection. Do you think he likes that? Now you might say, well, I would never tolerate anything like that. Really? Okay, maybe not like that, but you have and you are tolerating behaviors that are just not respectful. And it's not your fault. It's not even his fault in a way. It's his responsibility, yeah. But it's understandable because if you never create options for yourself, then you believe that this is as good as it's going to get. I won't do any better at any point in time. So I better cling on to this option. But the problem is this leads to a lot of suffering because you can't be half a gangster. You can't be tolerating such levels of disrespect in one area of your life and then show up in the most masculine, strong version of yourself at work, in your business, and in other areas. It just doesn't work like that. And so, similarly the other way around, by the way, if you're not fully exerting strong behavior, respectful, but strong behaviors, confident behaviors in your workplace, you can't show up in a dating context in a confident manner either. But here's the crux of it. Just because you're confident in business or your career, that doesn't automatically mean that it translates over to the area of dating. For me, I was confident in most areas. But with women, when there's a beautiful woman inside out standing in front of you who you really desire, well, then you start acting like a little bitch. That's normal. And he's in a situation now. And the reason I'm making this video right now is because I was really shocked when I saw that video earlier today. Because he's somebody that I genuinely care about. But I'm sure if you're a man with a successful career, your own business, you're doing well in certain areas in your life, you've tried to help some of your friends already, haven't you? And some of those friends have just ignored your advice. You're like, please, I'm trying to help you. Do this, and it will benefit you. And you didn't ask for anything in return. But because they didn't invest in it, because they're just not ready to accept it, they keep going down that rabbit hole and you see them suffer, and it hurts because as a good friend, you don't want to see your friends suffer, but there's only so much you can do. People need to make their own decisions. But still, I'm making it partially because I need to make fucking content for you guys so you don't end up in this situation. But I also hope that he's going to see that, because if you're not directly talking to somebody, then their defense mechanisms are lower. Because we're not having a one-on-one conversation and you're just watching this in a video format, you're not as defensive as you would be if I'd be yelling at you like that in a one-on-one format. Same here. I really want to avoid men and women suffering in relationships unnecessarily. And the very first step is creating a bunch of high quality options for yourself and then clearly setting boundaries, because this behavior was established several years ago in their relationship. I've witnessed several instances of public disrespect towards him. Again, and she's still a really, really good person. These two aren't necessarily diametrically opposed, but she has blind spots in her communication. That's not okay, but that doesn't make her an entirely bad person at all. But it's terrible for him because it's eating away at his self-esteem and it will mess with you. And you know that. And with my ex-wife, it was a little bit different because everybody's situation is a little bit different. Because you might be saying, I would never tolerate something like this. Well, you've tolerated other forms of disrespect. Perhaps she cheated on you and you gave her a second chance. Who the fuck does that? And again, I understand all of that. I was the biggest beta cuck you could ever imagine. But my ex-wife, she also wasn't a bad person. She was a really good person. She was a really kind person. But a bit insecure, a bit controlling. I would go for a walk with her on a beautifully sunny afternoon. And she said, David, put on your sun protection. And I would say, well, maybe in 20, 30 minutes. I know I burn easily. I'm the bad kind of white with the ginger, you know. I burn very easily. But give me 20 to 30 minutes because I haven't seen the sun in 17 days. She says, no, you should put it on right now. Skin cancer is very real. I said, no, I'm going to put it on later. Because I didn't take her advice in terms of putting the sun protection on my own body, she ignored me for 3 hours. She slowly walked ahead and just walked away. She's like, she walked ahead and she walked away because I didn't take her advice. And then instead of us spending 3 hours together, it kind of went downhill. That's not great behavior, you know? And again, is she a bad person? Not at all. She has amazing qualities about herself as a person. I believe she's a genuinely good person, 100%. We have a daughter together, so 100% she is a great person. But these behaviors, they really can drive you down into the depths of hell, because it's the death by 1,000 cuts. It's not that you go from feeling amazing to terrible from one day to the next, but it's a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. And at some point, like I was with my ex-wife, you are a shell of yourself. You're there experiencing extraordinary emotional lows. And the only reason that I got out of it is because of my past life, so to speak. I was working for a really, really big and well-known tech company. And I met a mentor of mine who showed me the path, the way, and the light, so to speak. Who showed me, oh, wow, you can actually create options for yourself. This is just a learnable skill set. It's not that there's anything wrong with me. It doesn't mean that I need to change myself. I just need to change 3 things: confidence, communication, and an understanding of the dynamics. And it's funny, I sometimes show clients videos of mine of how I was back in the day. And I really was weak in the relationship. The problem is most men in relationships, they either become the tyrant or the slave. And it's very difficult to have a healthy relationship if you assume the position of the slave or the tyrant. Most men are actually the slave, where they put her on a pedestal and they don't communicate their needs accordingly. They don't set healthy, respectful boundaries. Or they come into the role of the tyrant and then they act in really disrespectful and dominating behaviors and ways towards the lady. And that's not the aim of the game either, right? I'm not one of those pickup artists who tells you, woman, bring me coffee right now. Oh, like German style. I'm like, no, I don't believe that. I'm like, yeah, Fernanda, can you please make me a coffee? I'll ask for that, of course, but I ask for it in a nice way. And I would never want to tell Fernanda what she has to do with her life. When I say to Fernanda, hey, let's go to the gym, we're naturally aligned on going to the gym. She's been going to the gym 5 days a week before she ever met me. So when I say, let's go to the gym today, it's not me telling her what to do. It's just about us coordinating our schedules so we can go at the same time. I do have to convince her to go to the sauna with me because she doesn't love the sauna particularly. It's something that she does for me because I love it, right? She doesn't go into the ice bath. She doesn't like that because, you know, she's from Latin America. And all of my Latin American friends, they always suffer. When it comes to cold exposure, they hate it. It's actually hilarious. But yeah, I can recommend sauna and ice bath. It's a really beautiful date. What Fernanda and I do these days, a beautiful date night for us is we work help clients, film some content and stuff. And then we go to the sauna, I do the ice bath, and then perhaps we watch a movie and chill, if you get what I'm saying, right? And then maybe we go for a dinner, we go out somewhere. This is like a really, really beautiful date night. And none of us really drink alcohol, maybe once or twice or 3 times a year. So it's absolutely not necessary. If you're in a really fulfilled relationship, alcohol is absolutely unnecessary. Not to say that you can't drink, but you really don't need it. But I digress. I'm not interested in telling Fernanda what she has to do, but you want to make an invitation. And so you can't be in a strong leadership role as a man in a relationship. And leadership fluctuates, by the way. There's moments where she's going to take the leadership, all right? That's what a lot of these alpha pickup guys don't understand. Now, she is most fulfilled and happy when she can be in her feminine, which means you being masculine and leading. But sometimes it's the other way around as well. But you can't do that if you don't establish boundaries from the beginning. But you won't be able to say, hey, please don't do that. The first time my friend's girlfriend posted a video like that, or exhibited such types of behaviors, he should have said, up until this point and no further. Please don't ever do that again. Please don't do that anymore. And then you could have explained it. If she had done it one more time, okay, one more time explained. And if she does it again, well, then the relationship ends right then and there, because he understands if it were to end, hey, no worries, I can easily replace her. Easily. Now, Fernanda is a woman who's so amazing that it would take me quite a bit of effort to go out and find somebody of such caliber. But I know if she were to cheat on me, and the probability of that is extraordinarily low, because with whom? With whom? You know? First of all, but even if she would, I don't think she will, because I'm extraordinarily good at screening and qualifying. It's just the probability is so low. But even if she would, I know it'd be okay. But because I've made the experience, and you have to really commit yourself to mastering online dating, to learning to meet women in real life, just for a couple of months, so you can create abundance for yourself, just for like a month, 2, 3, 7, 9, 7 weeks, I don't know, whatever, to then choose somebody. But you have to make the experience. You can't just tell yourself that you know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to drive a car until you've driven a car. The job that you currently have, the business that you're currently running. You weren't fully able to envision what it would be like. There's so many intricacies. It makes you into a different person. You're still you. The best parts about you are still you, but you become more of who you were meant to be. But it starts in the very, very beginning. So what I would encourage you to do is start setting these boundaries right from the beginning. Have a willingness to lose anybody who isn't right for you. And then you can really invest. You can really carry her on your hands and make her feel like a queen. But it comes from a position of strength and not from a position of weakness. And by the way, women shouldn't be tolerating bad behaviors either. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, oh, you get to dominate her fucking ass. No, not at all. You should be super respectful and super kind. But if being respectful and kind and ambitious and successful was all it took, you'd already be there. It's confidence, communication, and clarity. And anybody can learn it. If you don't take this serious, you will suffer tremendously and unnecessarily. So, if you want me to help you with that personally, press the link, click the link underneath this video, apply for a free initial consultation call, and we'll have a conversation and we'll figure out if and how I'm going to be able to help you with that. We'll map out a plan. Look, I've been doing this with men from all around the world. The patterns are always the same. Your situation is unique because you're unique. But you're unique with the beautiful aspects that you bring to the world. The beautiful parts about your personality. They're unique. The problems you have, they're not unique. The texting errors you're making, which you are making, because I guarantee you suck. No matter how good you are, I guarantee you suck. You don't know how to use online dating yet, but these are just skill sets. These are just patterns that you can just erode. These are just blind spots. The beautiful aspects about you, they're special. These patterns, they're always the same. And I've seen them over the years, over and over again. So apply for a free initial consultation call. And I'm looking forward to speaking with you soon. Take care.